In this video, you can see me weigh up 200 grams of sugar and then dissolve that into 1 litre of water at 60 degrees Celsius. I initially boiled my water to purify it. At the same time, I used water purification tablets to purify the bottles I intended on fermenting within. The reason I used boiling water to purify the liquid I intended on drinking was due to the fact that the purification tablets I own are chlorine tablets, meaning that it will taste awful. Whereas with the fermenting bottles, they'll be sterilised and rinsed out with clean water to remove the taste. It takes 17 grams of sugar per litre of water to get 1% alcohol, or 8 grams of ethanol per litre. So I'm expecting around 10% alcohol, given that yeast may die or the fermentation process may pause. I personally only use baker's yeast rather than a specialist wine yeast that can tolerate the larger amount of alcohol, increasing the alcohol percentage by up to 5% rather than it stalling around 10% like mine will. To make alcohol, you need to ferment sugar using yeast. The exact amount needed isn't specific, but I use 1 gram of yeast for every 100 grams of sugar in the mixture. If using fresh squeezed juice from shops, make sure there aren't any additives or preservatives. In the ingredients list, it should simply read fresh juice, and I stress this, you don't really want anything made from concentrate. This is going to shit, fam. Oh, because I decided I wasn't going to use the fucking funnel. When you have the right juice, you should then check to see the sugar content. This will be a good representation of the alcohol percentage at the end. From what I've seen, most fruit juice consists of 10 grams of sugar per 100 millilitres, being 100 grams of sugar, meaning you only need 1 gram of yeast, the equivalent of 1/4 of a teaspoon. Using the 100 grams to 1 ratio, it's easy to guess that 5% alcohol will be your end point. But to increase the alcohol percentage of your drink, you'll want to add more sugar and more yeast at the ratio of 100 grams to 1. What I'm fermenting today is an old traditional drink made by fermenting sugar in water. This can be done with honey, but I intended on trying to make it the cheapest pint I could. Fucked it. You were moaning that the kitchen's wet, right?
Yeah.
I think it dripped a little bit more on the counter than I was expecting.
Oh, baby.
I researched how much 200 grams of sugar cost on average. My answer was 10 to 20 pence, plus 1 litre of tap water being less than a penny, and 1 gram of yeast being 2 to 3 pence in itself. So minus a balloon, a purification tablet, and bottles, it costs less than 25 pence per litre for the finished drink. So now I'll recap the steps. First off, you want to purify your water and fermenting bottles. Step 2. Weigh up your ingredients, remembering the ratio 100 grams sugar to 1 gram of yeast creates 5% alcohol per litre. So calculate how strong you intend on making your drink, and then add the corresponding amount of sugar and yeast. If boiling your water, you should wait until it's less than 40 degrees Celsius to add your yeast, as temperatures in that range destroy the yeast. And step 3, add a balloon to the top so that air can't get into the container. As gases get created during the fermentation process, the balloons will fill with carbon dioxide that needs to be burped out periodically, but make sure to leave some pressure inside the balloon each time, and that process should take 7 to 10 days to complete. You'll be able to tell the fermentation process has stopped by shining a torch into your liquid for a few minutes and witnessing no small bubbles rising. You'll also notice a sediment of unused yeast build up at the bottom of the container. You can slowly pour the liquid into a clean bottle, avoiding the yeast, or siphon the liquid out if you'd prefer to limit the oxidization.